Oh, the Ezer HaKapar. So it says Hakina, Vetana.
Where are you reading? Page again?
571 in Art Scroll. It's
I'm on 571.
It's number 28.
Rabbi Elzar Hakafar says jealousy?
Yep.
Okay, good. I'm on, go.
He says, jealousy, lust, and desire for honor drive a man from this world. So, Hakina, Veta, Tatava, the Taiva, the Kavat. So it's three things. So one of the things that I heard today, a very interesting exposition, it says, when Parsha Chayei Sarah, we learn this week. And in this week Parsha, we learn how Abraham is buying the blood for his wife. And why was he interested? Why was he so excited to get that place, particularly in Marat HaMachpelah, Hebron?
Abraham was buying what?
He's buying a burial plot to bury his wife. So it says in the Midrash that once when three angels came to visit him, and they promised him basically they had a mission, but Abraham wanted to provide the best hospitality for them. And when he was trying to do that, he set a little bit of latkes with him, a little bit of pancakes. He gave this mission to Sarah, but himself, he wanted to slaughter the tender calf, it says, young calves. And one of the calves ran away from him. And while he was pursuing it, the calf was continue running. And Abraham basically found himself and this calf in a cave, in a little how do you say it, marat, where in a cave. And while being in this cave, he realized this is a place where Adam and Hava buried. And he realized there's a very special aroma. He realized it's something extremely spiritual here. And he also, when he looked closer, he realized that Adam and Hava, the Eve, they're alive. They're not dead. And he was very surprised, but he said, is this an entrance to Gan Eden? So it's one of the opinions, the entrance to Gan Eden, to paradise, is Marad HaMachpelah in Hebron. So he said, we were just sent here, and but this is where we located physically, and certainly it hints that there is a connection to Gan Eden from that place. So, and there is another place in the Gemara that talks about, I think, Reb Nachman.
Where are you got this information from where?
It's a midrash about Abraham finding a place where Abraham and Sarah was buried. It's a very well-known midrash. Most people heard of it. Now I'm talking about Gemara. I don't quite remember which Gemara is this. I can find it. But it speaks about Rav Nachman, who was a wealthy person and he has a land, and he sent two people basically to tilt his land. And while they were digging, someone basically shouted from them from under the ground, say, "Stop, what are you doing?" And they got very scared that the dead person is speaking with them. So they went and said, Rav Nachman, there is someone over there, and we don't want to deal with it. You deal with it yourself. So Rav Nachman was not moved, and basically he was very comfortable going and talking to the person who's speaking from under the ground. And there was a person who was buried there, and he said to him, "How come? Your body seems to be intact, and you are able to speak. How did you deserve such a condition? Because most people become offered, they become basically dust. How come you're not?" And he said that if someone does not have a trait of jealousy, then that saves the person from Gehinnom. And that's from the Gemara. And so that was something that we're learning, and that's what our Mishnah is talking about. And our Mishnah is a proof that there is a way for a person be saved from Gehinnom, from the purgatory. And also there's two more elements here. So second one is the lust, and the third one is honor. And yeah, you can continue, I think, right there as we go. We already did it, yeah, but we can do it one more time. 29.
Mm-hmm. He used to say the newborn will die, the dead will live again, the living will be judged, in order that they know to teach and become aware that he is God, he is the fashioner, he is the creator, he is the discerner, he is the judge, he is the witness, he is the plaintiff. He will judge both of his feet before whom there is no iniquity, no forgetfulness, no favoritism, no acceptance, no bribery, for everything is his. Know that everything is according to reckoning. And let not your evil inclination promise you that the grave will be an escape for you. For against your will you were created, against your will you were born, against your will you will live, against your will you die, and against your will you are destined to give an account before King who rules over kings, the Holy One, blessed is he.
Okay, so I'm looking here at the commentary with Abarbanel, and he says that perfect wisdom of Rabbi Elazar HaPakapar and the great depth of the tradition, he received the secrets of the Torah. So based on this teaching, we know how to not just be driven from the world, meaning from the world to come, from the future world, but how to maintain this world. Because the person who is jealous, he cannot enjoy this world. Every moment he's in this world, and he sees someone who is more accomplished by him, or someone who is in the possession of the things that he doesn't have, he definitely is uncomfortable, and basically it eats him up. And everyone he is lusting for something, then and also because he cannot control his desires and he's basically a slave to his passions, he's also suffering. So one of the ways to deal with that, the Torah recommends and suggests that if we are able to overcome this and be in a possession of ourselves, that even our life will be better as well. And same with COVID, with the honor. So honor is something that we last time we spoke about this different fruits of Eretz Israel and how each of these elements connected to certain part of our soul. So we spoke about Nevesh, Ruach, Neshama, and we can do a little Hazara repetition. So we said that the Nefesh is the basically is an animal soul, and it sits in a person's liver, and that's kavod, right? And then the ruach, he sits in the heart of the person, and there is a in the mind, in the brain of the person, sits his desire for honor. It's neshama. It's the most elevated, and the brain, because it's most elevated, it desires honor, because you can feed your body with with food, with meat, with wine, and you can satisfy things, but unless you are given a certain honor, the mind is not satisfied. But it also, when a person who is not able to deal when he is, so to speak, disrespected, then he's ruining his life again. So there's someone who can develop the humble characteristics, someone who is not, what to say, looking for honor all the time, and even his honor is slighted, he can deal with it. He's acquiring this world as well. And that's an aspiration that every one of us should be looking for. And let me see, do you want to learn a little more?
I just want to go to the last one on this, which is Rabbi Chamanina Ben Akisha says, the Holy One blesses he wished to confer merit upon Israel. Therefore, he gave them Torah and mitzvahs in the abundance, as it said, Hashem desired for the sake of it, righteous that the Torah made great and glorious.
Yep. So
and then we're at the end of this. So when we continue, we're going to go to chapter 5, where it says all Israel has a share.
Right. We can do it next week.
Pirkei Avoth is in the Siddur.